Hello everyone, this is Nikesh Agarwal and welcome to the video solution of the second question of Placement Test Series 1 by Sarthi Career. Feel free to pause the video at any point of time to solve the question before proceeding to view the solution. Now this is again a very basic question, but well the answer is tricky. So let's just go ahead and solve this question in a normal way and then see whether if the answer is what it should be. So if we look at the first statement, we have an integer a, b, c, and d with values 10, 5, 5, and 5. So we'll just create four integers, the values being 10, 5, 5, and 5. Now if we look at the second statement, so we have a new integer variable expression whose value depends on this expression. So is A less than B? Well, no, 10 is not less than 5. So the first expression results in the value false, which is nothing but 0. And then we have a logical AND operation. And then we have C less than equals to D plus plus. So now plus plus is a post increment operator here, which means it will first use the value of D as it is and then change the value of D in the next statement, which means 5 will be compared with 5. So is 5 less than equals to 5? Well, yes, it is. So that results in true. And now when so before going on to the next statement, so false ANDed with true, it is going to be 0, which is nothing but false. And now when it comes to the next statement, which is the printf, now the D changes from 5 to 6. So if we go ahead and print the values, expression C and D, so expression is 0, D, C is 5, and D is 6. So it will go and print the values 0, 5, and 6. So if you look at the solution here, it is this 0, 5, and 6. Well, now this seems to be the likely solution, however, it isn't. The right answer is 0, 5, and 5. Now, we just went ahead and solved this question, and the answer seems 0, 5, and 6. Everything seemed to be perfect there. But, still the answer is 0, 5, and 5. So let's go ahead and see why is the answer different than what we solved. And well, the answer is hidden in this logical AND operation. So let's go ahead and do if you remember the truth table of two input AND gate. So if you have A and B as two inputs of the AND gate, the answer is, so if we make two zeros and 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, we get the output as 0, 0, 0, and 1. Now, if we look at this particular column here, um, if we look here, the statement which we are going to make here is, if one of the input is 0, it doesn't really matter what is the second input. We don't even bother about the second input because the answer is always going to be 0. So if we were intelligent enough to make such a statement, don't you think the compilers could be intelligent enough too? Because eventually we are the ones who build them, right? So the same thing happens here, and hence the answer is different. So if A is less than B, and since the answer is false, it doesn't even go and evaluate this part of the expression. It just ignores it because it knows that it doesn't really matter if we go ahead and solve this expression because the first input is false. And hence the D++ is never encountered and the D remains as 5. And if we go and print expression C and D after that, we will see that this is the correct solution. Now, if it was a logical OR gate, similarly, if it was a logical OR gate, if one of the input is true, it doesn't really even matter what is the second input because the answer is always going to be true. And we have to keep these two things in mind when we solve such kind of questions. Well, thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed the solution.